You guys stuck through it, but you got the win. How's it feel to be back in the winner's circle, as Coach says?
I feel great. Definitely, we got to keep building from this one. We did a lot of great stuff, and we still got a lot to work on.
Yeah, what do you think was the difference for you guys this time?
The difference was not getting stuck up on the bad stuff that was happening, just moving on to the next play.
We saw you getting to the rim often. What was the plan there, and how did you attack it?
Just being patient, letting the offense develop, and moving the ball so I can get downhill.
How about defensively? You guys put together another solid game. How did you feel up there on defense?
I think we're getting way better on defense. We still got a lot to work on, though. I think we could be even more better.
How do you build on this and stack it and carry forward to the next game at UCSD next Friday, I think?
Hey, just moving on with great energy, positivity, and back to work and practice.
All right, Toneari, instant reaction to the win. You guys waited for a little bit for it, and how's it feel to finally get it?
It feels great. It feels great to get this dub, playing as a team, everybody just having fun. But we're going to continue to stack days and get better from here.
Obviously, you can look at the three-point shooting, but what do you think clicked for you guys and the difference for getting the win today?
Today, for the game, I think we was more together on the defensive end. We know we can score the ball, shoot the ball. So I think today, us just being tied in as a connective unit on the defensive end, it just brought out the best of us.
When the game is as close as it was and back and forth in the second half, what does it take for you guys to grind it out?
Basketball is a game of runs. So, like what I just said, with the team, as long as we stay together and just keep overcoming adversity and just knowing that the team will go on a run, we just keep stacking, and then eventually they're coming to our favor.
For you personally, going, you're 5 for 9 from three. First game that the team's been over 40% in a little bit from deep. What was the mindset as you guys kind of been in the desert the last couple of games from three, but this game finally clicked?
We just keep shooting. We all be in the gym. We all just trusting our work. Basketball, it happens. Sometimes the shot don't fall. It feels great. So we just keep getting those shots, I try to tell my teammates, and my teammates tell me too, just have a shooter's mentality. Just keep shooting, just keep knocking down the tough shots and the nice shots, and then eventually they're going to have to fall.
Yeah. And what was the feeling, or was there a sense of relief when they did start to fall?
It was a sense of relief. Great. As a team, we haven't shot the ball well a couple games, and personally, I haven't shot the ball myself great in a couple games. But it felt great. But like I said weeks ago, I do this through the good, bad, and ugly. And as a team, we do this through the good, bad, and ugly. So it'd be great.
Yeah. How do you build off of this as you look ahead to the intercity rivalry game with UC San Diego coming up?
We're going to look at it, watch film on it, and then eventually we're going to have to get rid of it because we'll get ready for the next game. But we definitely going to watch film and see what we did good and obviously see what we need to get better on and be ready to play against our next opponent.
All right. Thank you, Toneari.
Appreciate y'all.
All right, Coach. Start with the instant reaction after the win here.
Well, glad to get back to the winner's circle, as we say. And it's for morale as much as the win itself, which feels good. But you also need that pep in the step as you finish out this semester. And we're going to have the break where I think we can make a lot of progress because it's all basketball, just in terms of practices and games, and they won't have to be in class until the spring semester begins. So good to get a win, and just to have a little pep in the step as we, look towards next week.
What do you think clicked for you guys today to improve the difference?
Yeah, we shot the ball well, 43% from behind the three-point line. I think 50% from the field. We were sharing the ball. There was, some opportunities where we could have gone south, but I thought we got enough stops and executed on offense. Toneari Lane, was able to knock down some big shots for us, so we could keep distance between ourselves and Northern Arizona. Ty-Laur, no turnovers, 20-plus points, and we were able to put him in space where he could take advantage of some matchups with his ability to get to the rim and create, but also some understated subtle contributors. Adrian McIntyre, his 10 points, 4 or 5 from the floor, and 0 turnovers again. So he brought a steadying influence, just kind of a solid all-around game, was communicating well defensively, kept his man in front and did some really good things. Gavin Ripp also, I thought, brought us some physicality. Rotating Gavin Ripp and Vuk and Alejandro, Asan and Tim Moore. There's 5 players there, and they're all different. So it's bolstered our frontline depth and the versatility of the frontline players, which is an advantage for us in terms of different matchups and things that we can exploit or take advantage of because they each bring unique skills. So I thought our front line collectively really helped us today.
Mm-hmm. You have a deep bench and you utilized it well today. And what does it mean to you to have guys like Brandon Benjamin and Gavin Ripp, as you mentioned, Juan Gorcito in the first half make impacts off the bench? Yeah,
the depth of this team. I mean, on any given night, right, there's 10 players that are capable of getting 20 or more points. And so we're learning more and more with each practice and each game experience about our personnel because of the fact there's 14 newcomers. And we had some late additions right there at the end of the summer before the start of the fall semester with the 2 Europeans, Peter and Vuk from Poland and Bosnia, Serbia. So Brandon Moore is someone that we knew has the ability to really help us. And we're seeing that. He has a knack for scoring. He finishes well in traffic. He has the size to see over the top. He can play point guard in terms of bringing the ball down the floor and throwing the ball ahead to open teammates. But we can also post him up and take advantage of his ability to play with his back to the basket. Has a real good feel for the game, just what I call basketball savvy. He intuits the game. His intuitive powers on the court are really helpful, and we're seeing that.
Mm-hmm. What are the conversations like with the guys when the team isn't shooting super well the last few games? And it's kind of a two-part question. How does it feel? Reaction, relief when they start to go in this game?
Yeah, I mean, part of it is, there are going to be nights where it feels like there's a lid on the rim. And that's why it's important to be able to win ugly, as they say, by getting ourselves to the foul line, by making enough twos, by controlling the backboards, and getting enough stops. So we know we have a team that's very capable of shooting the ball, and tonight we saw that. But also when we're shooting a low percentage, it forces you to kind of examine some of the causes, some of the potential reasons for it. And I think when we play inside out, where we get a piece of the paint, whether it's through dribble penetration or through a post feed, and then we get the ball back out, now we're shooting a higher percentage because we're stepping into our shots as opposed to trying to shoot three-pointers off the dribble. And the numbers reflect that worldwide at every level, internationally, in the NBA, college, and high school. When the ball goes in and you get it to the second side and back outside after you've explored the paint, don't force it in the paint, but you can get the ball in the paint in a number of ways, and then popping the ball back out leads to a higher percentage of threes. And confidence is an element as well. Playing with confidence and having the confidence to step up and take shots in big moments. And I thought our players demonstrated that today.
When NAU was in striking distance second half and started chipping away, what did it take for your guys to fend them off and keep them at bay and grind out the victory?
Yeah, I thought we were able, to run some alignments to, take advantage of Ty's ability with his speed and some favorable matchups where he was able to get downhill, either draw fouls or draw a crowd them where we could kick it for someone to get a good look. And what I call playing hot potato, where you put a team in rotation through quick ball movement. And while that ball is being transported through the air, we find open players, open teammates to make shots. And Toneari, I thought was big. There were some big buckets down low in terms of Adrian McIntyre, created some shots off the bounce as well. So we were able to, make enough shots, but also get enough stops. We were searching some, trying to change our defenses because Ty had 4 fouls, so we were going to the 2-2-1 press, back to the 23, trying to force them to use more time so they couldn't get shots off quick. But we need to work on both our man and zone. We're making some progress, but we've still got lots of room for improvement defensively.
With that in mind, what do you see ahead of, as you look ahead to UC San Diego, Lion Tree across the way next Friday?
Yeah, this is difficult. I know we've played them at times, over the years where they were coming off finals. We're going to be, coming off of finals as well. And naturally that means, players are burning the candle at both ends with our preparation, our practice, and then, the challenge that comes with being a student athlete is also having to do the work in the classroom. And so, we're mindful of how we use our energy. We got to work, but work smart this week in terms of, allowing our players to thrive and to excel in the classroom, but also get prepared for a really strong UCSD team. They've knocked us off, I think, the last couple years. We got them, I think, in our first year here. And they had an excellent season going to the NCAA tournament a season ago. So it's a local rival. So for a lot of reasons, they're going to be a member of our conference, the West Coast Conference, with the realignment that's going on in our league. So it's an important game, but again, we have to keep getting better, not just in that game, but moving forward. We've got other challenges ahead of us with the Washington Huskies and conference play. Will be right around the corner.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
Okay.